Hello and welcome, everybody out there in Twitch, YouTube, and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here in our YouTube channel. Or a subscriber on our Twitch channel. All of those things help us out tremendously, and they're very cheap. You get some cool emotes. In addition to that, if you're interested in joining any campaigns like this one, we do have open slots available. Just say something in chat. You can message me on Discord. My name is the same over there. You can also just go to our Patreon, which is listed down in the description below. Join up there, get an invite to the Discord. You know, start at a small tier, and if you're interested in any of the games, we can sit down and have a chat. Now, without further ado, well now, if you're listening, lend me your ear. What a tale unfolded just yesteryear. From wheeling the dead in a squeaky old cart to a breakfast of juice and a well-meant fresh start. The sheriff said, "See me," we did with a grin, and spilled him some tales both twisted and thin. Just slumber, he claimed, no mage by our side. He squinted, he sighed, then let that one slide. With right in his hands, legal passage secured, we perched to the mill with intentions well pured. The caravan came with new axes in tow, all looking for lumber, all shifty and slow. Fran played the fox and crept soft as a breeze, found a ledger with wages, one stood out with ease. Ebenezer with magic gave things a good scan, and Odie with a flourish unveiled the plan. The magic went poof, and the ruse was undone. Drasmere revealed his disguise overrun. A battle broke out with steel, spell, and yell, and down fell the black robe, who thought he'd do well. They searched through his robes, found secrets and things, a whisper of Nightland, and dark moon rings. So mark what I say, behind smiles and saws, even mages can bleed beneath shadowy laws. You all hear him regaling this story outside of the holding cells that you all are currently occupying. Now, because he'll be unconscious for an hour, all of you can take a short rest.
All right. Short rest it is.
I'm just burning everyone I've got.
Nesian, you didn't go down that fight. Progress. Huge progress. And those are some good dice.
Did we capture him instead of kill him? I guess I don't remember that.
Yeah, we captured him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys took him prisoner so that you could interrogate him. I think more specifically, Ebenezer took him prisoner so you can interrogate him.
Yeah. So, all right. So where's my rolls? All right. So it applied that 6, 8, 14.
Oh, nice.
All right, y'all let me know when you're done.
I lost count.
Once you click do the short rest, I think it'll add it all up for you.
Well, but if
But
I don't
yeah,
click enough, I can't go back and click another.
Yeah, you can probably just roll did the same thing
You
too.
could probably go in and do short rest multiple times and just burn a dice every time, but
Yeah.
I've never tried it, but I'm assuming that works.
Yeah.
I guess. They should though, like, because they show you what your current hit points are. They should show you like what you're getting up to.
I agree. So you know when to stop.
Pretty much.
All right. Are all of you comfy with hit dice?
I believe so.
So,
Well, how long did you say it's been?
1 hour.
I know what's coming.
So, after all of this time, Drasmir begins to slowly awaken. Currently gagged, currently fingers tied, and blindfolded, lying inside of the cell with his arms in front of him and his torso tied to the cell itself. As you guys took decent preparations trying to make sure he cannot escape. The only thing accessible to him, his mouth.
Oh, that's right. I individually bound his fingers, and now I remember this.
And he sits there with a smile underneath his frame.
So he had a coded itinerary in his bag. Over the short rest, like, because we know parts of his itinerary, can we use the parts we know to try to figure out the code? Or I don't know how it's coded.
So that is something I've written in as a downtime mechanic for you to figure out and decipher.
Okay. All right.
I'm assuming, based upon your disguise, that you are Drasmir.
Could you remove the blindfold? I can't hear you properly. It's over my ears.
I'm sure you can hear me just fine.
Worth a try. Even if he could Misty Step, his legs are together, so he's just hopping to get
Yeah.
away. Like
He's not making it very far.
No. Not between Millie and Nesian, who are much faster than the average person. Yes, I am. Are you a fan? Fellow scholar of some kind? Or dubious assailant?
Just say I'm a fellow astronomy enthusiast.
The smile doesn't waver at all. He's just still holding it there.
I pull Nesian aside. Would you should I ask him to just answer any questions you might have for the next 8 hours? Or what would you like? Or
You want to do what for the next 8 hours?
I'm just wondering if just in case we need any information from him, if we should. I don't know if you have other questions for him or not.
Well,
Cooperate, maybe a better word. Maybe cooperate for the next.
Yeah, I mean, if you can make it more cooperative, that's certainly useful. I mean, we kind of had a loose plan just to stop him at the request of a person that's no longer here. I don't know what happened to poor Frank. And then, of course, there's the decision upon Um, there's the other gentleman that we've met, who I'm sure will have an interest in talking to him.
You guys are saying all this out of earshot of him, right?
Yeah, that's why.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I pulled him away.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
he
saying.
did say he pulled me away,
All right, just making sure.
which we haven't even told him yet that we've captured Drasmir, but I imagine he will probably catch up with us soon. The So, I mean, we were just told to stop him. So I don't know how much. I mean, I might have some personal questions, but they're not something that I want to ask in front of all of you. So, and I am saying that in character.
Yes. Understood.
Yeah. But
all right. Yes, give me just a moment. I have an idea. Because the spell's changed, I need to write this out first.
what are you using? Suggestion?
Yeah, I'm thinking about suggestion for 8 hours.
It's 20 or 25 words now.
25, I think.
And that seems to be their thing when they're doing communication spells like that. That seems to be the de facto limit, is 25 words.
I like
Sending is that way, messages. I like that it's consistent.
Yeah.
You kind of get used to playing within that realm.
I'm personally of the belief it takes you more than 25 words to say something. It ain't worth saying.
I enjoy trying to whittle them down and seeing what words I consider to be optional.
In my everyday life, I enjoy saying fewer than 25 words when I speak to someone. Obviously, that doesn't work while DMing, but in general, I like not talking.
Well, yeah, I don't really have any questions for him.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some questions I can ask everyone, but the
I'm curious what radicalized him to following the other moon or whatever. That might have something to do with this forbidden knowledge that Frank is so upset about.
yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming. Well, I can say I wonder what Frank would want us to do, but we know what Frank wants us to do. Frank just wants us to kill him. Frank is a matter of absolutes. Frank is a driven individual.
Yeah, he wants us to kill him and then go on our way and die.
Yes.
You
Sooner rather than
promised.
later. Yeah.
You all promised to die.
Yeah, we did.
It will happen.
He
Eventually.
just failed to negotiate a time frame.
Yeah.
And that's on Frank.
Poor Frank. His life got turned upside down after meeting you guys.
Hey, it's not my fault he couldn't escape the giants.
I will ask make sure you are formatting based off of the wisdom of your character and intelligence of your character, Ebenezer.
Yeah, it's not anything
Okay.
for the next.
Because if you're going through scanning and making sure there is absolutely no possible loopholes whatsoever under these specific circumstances, you're not playing your character.
There could be loophole. I'm just writing. I haven't. If there are loopholes, I don't know. If there are not loopholes, honestly, but I will keep that in mind for next time for my next character.
Yes.
Does that work the other way though? If your character is smarter than what you actually are, you're like, can you close the loopholes for me in accordance with what my character would do?
No,
That's where
then I expect you to play
investigation
your character.
or investigation skill check,
Yeah.
right? Because it's.
I had that
how-
problem with Lucian. He had like a fucking intelligence of 20. I'm like, I myself do not possess an intelligence of 20. I do not know what Lucian knows.
To be fair, I don't think any of us possess an intelligence of 20. I don't think any of us possess a wisdom of 12.
I think the way it used to be way back in AD&D, basically intelligence, whatever your intelligence score was, if you added a 0 onto it, that was your IQ. So like an intelligence of 7 would be a 70 IQ. An intelligence of 12 would be 120. Because average 100 is still a good IQ. That's still, which is a 10 intelligence, right?
Yeah.
And then an 18 would be like 180, which is like, and a 20, 200. I mean, like I think over like 110 is genius level or something.
I have a hard time with 20 because I got to lower myself to that level. So
Yeah, it's tough.
we'll play at a 20.
Anything over 125 is considered exceptional. Anything over 135 is genius. I was tested as a child.
Yeah, I was
For many
too,
things.
and I remember watching. There was a cartoon. It was like what was that? They did a mimic of I don't remember, but anyway, in the cartoon, the villain was like, or they were like, ooh, and we're gonna make him a genius and give him an IQ of 110. And this was actually in junior high, and I was like, 110? Mine's way above that, and I'm stupid. How is 110? Like, because the messaging I got when I was younger, but I was like, 110? That's stupid. Why that? Okay, I've got it. So,
Post it.
So I'm gonna go over to and cast suggestion and say these words.
For the next 8 hours, you will obey Nezian, answer his questions truthfully, do what he asks, and you will not try to escape. Go ahead and roll the spell in chat, because I have to read specifics about it. But also, wisdom save, no advantage. 12.
Woo! Oh wait, how do I? Where is?
All right.
Here, I'm just gonna do it this way. I don't know why it's not popping up in the chat. Oh, maybe if I'll just do it this way.
All right, I already got it open. You suggest course of action.
He's basically going to be Nezian's truthful servant for the next 8 hours.
Yeah, what I need to clarify, because it says a course of action.
Well, and one of the examples was fetch the key to the cult's treasure vault, give the key to me, stop fighting, leave this library, don't return. So there's multiple in the things they have.
Components of the course of action.
Yeah.
let me. So for the next 8 hours, you will obey Nesian, answer his questions truthfully, do what he asks, and you will not try to escape.
The obey, do what he asks, that's kind of like a repetition. And then answering truthfully is just, that's part of obeying.
Okay. So, the suggestion spell says you have to choose a specific activity, a specific course of action. You are leaving that description incredibly broad.
So, like on in paragraph 1, the example was stop fighting, leave the library, don't return, or
Yeah,
the other
all
one
of
was
those are very specific. What you were saying is be his bitch.
Yeah.
That is not specific.
be his. Okay, I will.
Yes. You have
change
to
it
give
his
him
assistant.
a specific course of action to take. So, for example, answer all these questions truthfully. That is a specific course of action.
He can be a servant for the next 8 hours and obey, which includes obeying him, answering questions.
Yes, but then he wouldn't be subjected to answering questions truthfully. So, servants don't have to answer truthfully. The reason you have to specify is because any greater than that, and you are nearing the territory of dominate person, which is a much higher level spell.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give a specific activity, specific course of action, not this broad in spectrum.
Nesian, would you prefer that he be truthful with you or just obeys you? Actually,
Answer.
obey.
I would say
Obey is also incredibly broad. Because that is telling him, that is adjacent to dominate person. Obey me. A first level spell circumventing a fifth.
It's a second level spell, but just
still a fifth. Like it's.
Yeah. I would say go with answer questions truthfully and completely.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Then I will do that. For the next 8 hours, you must. In that case, I'm not going to limit to Nesian then. I was trying to limit it to give him a loophole, but in that case, I think I'm going to take that off. Sound good, Nesian?
Yes, so just say all questions.
I would suggest saying he has to answer, and it has to be truthfully. I don't know. Because
that's why I said truthfully and completely.
Okay.
Because that gets him out of the leaving stuff out.
If it's just like he has to answer truthfully, it's like, well, then I just won't answer.
Well, he has to answer truthfully, so he will have to answer still.
Yeah, that's why the completely's in there.
Yeah.
So you can't do the whole faith thing of lie by omission.
But he can still just not talk.
That he's not answering completely if he doesn't talk.
If you don't start, you don't have to complete.
No,
but he has
it doesn't
to
work that way.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. Maybe it does.
If you enter a race, just because you don't leave the starting line does not mean you weren't in the race.
And he may consider himself not even in that race.
So here's the solution. When asked the question, answer it completely and honestly. There you go.
Yep.
Solves all of your guys' problem for this one situation.
Yeah, and I had already written it out, so I'm going to drop this in there. But Nesian, as a player, I might actually start doing races. You just let me know that I can do a race, and I don't even have to go past the starting line. Love it. Genius! Yes, I did a marathon.
I started one.
I ran a marathon.
Yeah, can you believe it, guys? I ran in a marathon.
I'm still running it.
Yeah.
There we go. For the next...
According to my smartwatch, I will finish that marathon in 6 more days.
For the next 8 hours, you have to answer all questions truthfully and completely.
All right. For the next 8 hours, you have to answer all questions truthfully and completely. Very well. And he failed the save. All right.
I was trying to leave the Nesian name on there to give him some shenanigans, but I think this will be better for us.
Hey, if the other characters prompt it, that's fine.
So, Drasmir, what started you down the path of going to the observatory?
He smiles wide. As a young man, I always found the gathering of information to be of the utmost curiosity to me. A passion that deeply burned within my being. Even as a child, my parents would frown at the prospect of me eluding playing ball with the other kids and choosing instead to sit down with a few books from the local clergy, reading of what they taught, reading of what they preached, finding inconsistencies within their scripts. It was a nuisance and annoying. By the age of 7, I was picked on and attacked and beaten by my fellow... What is that called? Fuck. Community
Peers?
members. Peers, yes. And of course, that is something that stayed with me for quite a long time. Deeply rooted seed of hatred within me that was not going to eclipse or elude me whatsoever. It was something that I learned to deal with. By the time I was 10 years old, he fills 1 hour of talking from where it started all the way up.
All right, I need to start getting specific with questions.
You said completely.
No, you're right. That's my bad for not having a very specific question after what we did to him.
Now, you guys can roll history checks later on down the road if you want to remember anything about his childhood, growing all the way up, becoming an assistant to the Red Robes, becoming a scholar, so on and so forth. And now we get to the part where he actually tells you the information you wanted. He's answering too completely. And of course, I was contracted under, well, the Red Robes to go and check out this observatory. You see, quite a few individuals were already posted there. They were brought there in order to learn what information can be gleaned to assist them. But after we heard that it had crumbled and fallen with its inhabitants, I was one of the individuals who was contracted to gather whatever information I may glean and bring back for everyone.
At what point during your investigation did you decide to change course and interact and adjust the ritual instead of reporting your findings like you were ordered?
Can you type that out for me? I want to make sure I answer these questions to completion. That's...
We appreciate that.
Did you decide to alter the ritual instead of reporting your findings as ordered?
That's what Frank told us he was doing, right? He was going to alter the...
Well, I had not altered any ritual. That is not something I am capable of yielding or doing. But as for why I chose New Atari instead of reporting my findings, I don't think you'd understand. Nuatari's voice isn't something that you hear, it's felt. It echoes through the minds of us that are chosen by it. When I had gone there, I discovered a tome, one of ill repute, one that the Red Robes would demand that I never even open but destroy. All scholars know what to look for. The bindings of flesh into book, the abstract nature of the runic markings to not reveal what they do, but know that they could be harmful to anyone. When I had saw it, the orders to destroy it was something I couldn't ignore. I wanted to know more, as I always do as a child. Even to this day, I need to know more. It's a wanting. It is a thing that... Well, I think that is what makes me chosen. When I had opened the book, I became awakened. I understood and knew that my calling is to serve Nuatari. I am one of its chosen. I am someone who can bring about the great era. And I knew that if I brought this information to the Red Robes, they would destroy it, destroy him. I couldn't have that. So I did the only thing I could do, and that was bring the information to one of the other sleepers and awaken them.
Destroy who? Nutari?
Yes. Nutari is, well, the little brother of the three moons.
What? Who is this other sleeper?
You see he attempts to say something and gets a nosebleed. And he can't answer that.
Where is this other sleeper?
The last I saw them, they were in the lumber mill. Though, of course, during our battle, I had evacuated, drawing you all down towards the south, so that they may continue their track and journey.
They traveled to the lumber mill with you?
Yes.
Give me a brief description of who these sleepers are. All I see is Fred laughing at me.
The sleepers are individuals, agents that serve Nuatari and who had to be, well, put into a slumbered state. They are individuals whom have mysterious backgrounds, portions of their lives that are missing, small as they may be. We are people who were chosen at a younger age and meld into society and protected from mages.
Where did you learn about these sleepers?
Within the tome. When I had read it, my memory awakened. It was like a foggy dream of a distant world and version of myself that had come to light. I knew whom I was. We were all trained. We were all taught. Some of us older in age than I was. Myself, I was a bit of a younger lad. Only around the age of 8. When they trained me and taught me of all of the ways, I was so much more powerful than any other 8-year-old. Then, of course, they put their magic upon me. Only by viewing and seeing the third moon will I be capable of remembering. Only by hearing its name will I become awakened. And now only those within the tower would be able to put me back asleep.
We didn't find such a book on you. Where did you leave this book?
Sorry, I have to read something else that he has. He seems incapable of answering that question. He cannot take a course of action that would harm him.
Yep.
And okay, what was your final destination in Nightland?
He knew I would not reach the tower. My destination was to observe it from afar and open the beacons and gates. Though without me, I believe now he is responsible to do it. A great reflection in the sky, a powerful spell that will show the moon. All those of us that are sleeping will be awakened.
Which tower?
The last.
Wayreth Tower?
The last tower.
Where is the last tower?
Alright, let me bring you all over to the continent map.
Oh, there's literally a place called the Last Tower. Yeah, I see it on.
It is in the southeast of Nightland, within the northern Dargard Mountains. Its closest proximity is to Throttle, but no mere mortals and humanoids would be capable of surviving there, not without the power invigorated into you by Nuatari. It is protected by the endless forest, a place that even the trees and animals wish to distract you, move and meld you into different precarious situations, the landscape ever shifting and murderous in intent.
Hey.
Advar, you can pull out a map and easily try to figure out. It's around there. You have a map.
Oh yeah.
He's always got maps.
There's a map for that.
There's a map for that. There's an app for that. Is the sleeper accompanied by anybody else?
Sorry, let me read.
Trying to find out what his bindings allow him to not say. He's obviously bound in some way to not talk specifically about the sleeper, so.
Yeah, but that gives us information
Yeah, I know.
as well.
I know. I'm just trying to find the ways around whatever his limits are, so.
Yeah.
When I was with him, there was only myself and him. We had not been able to come across any other sleepers, but he knew of a girl here in Leggett. One that he had known when she was but a child. He had raised and trained much like myself. He had plans, when available, to awaken her. Though he was alone last I knew.
Where does this ring teleport to? And I'll hold up the ring that we found on him that you said had one teleportation in it.
I can't see what you are holding.
Oh, that's the ring that I found on your body when we captured you. Where does that teleport to?
to the returning chamber within the tower. We were unsure if we were to use it to get there immediately, unsure what state it was kept in, not aware if during the war anyone had inhabited the tower, perhaps draconic entities or forces.
So, a little bit ago, did you just say that the sleeper was a he? Is that the sleeper's a male?
The first sleeper, yes.
Oh.
The one he had gotten from Signal was a man. The one that's in Leggett was a woman.
Oh. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to keep up. Never mind, I'll be quiet.
No, you're good. Always ask
Oh,
questions.
that's a good question.
That's the point of this.
Mm-hmm.
Get your information.
Can you tell me anything more about the sleeper in Leggett?
Huh. He is one of the architects of the grand plan.
Right, I thought you said she was a she.
Oh, in Leggett, sorry.
Yeah.
Never mind. She doesn't know what she carries. She doesn't know what she has. But it's enough to light the flames. There's some type of object that she possesses. One that the other had left with her before putting her to sleep.
Flames, you say?
Now we have Oddbars.
Undivided attention. Fire.
I've stopped digging through my pouches and be like, what? So he's got some magical fire thing?
Someone say fire? Fire?
We need to save people from catastrophe.
From fire?
No, you don't save people from fire. You put them on fire. Oh,
How you save them? Save
Yeah,
them from
usually-
themselves.
Exactly, using fire.
purify them.
I'm a follower of Thulsa Doom. The fire will burn away all the impurity.
What was the plan once you reached the tower?
I was told I would not reach it. I would have been the divine sacrifice. The one who would lay down their life in order to draw the bridge so that he could approach it. Inside, he would have the object, the flame, and ignite its beacons. I would be the first to see their glorious lights glow before losing my life. You guys would not have gotten nearly as much information without suggestion. I had it like rollable tables for persuasion, deception, and intimidation. And then I had my extra things.
I just thought, hey, he's tied up and everything. Now's the best time to try it rather than like on the run. But if it didn't work, he would still be tied up. So
Do you know? Did you know that someone from the towers is pursuing you?
I knew it was only a matter of time before they found out. I was hopeful that I would be able to reach my destination before them. Careful in every step, meticulous in my planning. Both of us were. And if I am to lay down my life for the architect so that New Atari can be renewed, I gladly do so.
What was your planned path from Leggett to the last tower?
I need somebody to roll me cartographers utilizing intelligence.
Well, I know who that is.
Right, Odie?
Yeah, I'm clicking my tables here.
$19. He gives you these numbers, which mean next to nothing to everyone else. Except Odie, you were formally trained by one of the greatest
Right,
cartographers
baby?
of this generation. I'll draw you a new path. What color do you want the new path? Red still, or?
Well, it's still his path, so or no, that was our path. Make it blue.
Blue. So, from here to Signal to Leggett, destination, destination. Like that. He's giving you like coordinates and GPS version of it, as specific as he can possibly be. Which would have
Do
been
you
a smartass
plan-
thing if Odie wasn't here.
Yeah. Do you plan to locate more sleepers on the way?
There's possibly 3. And if they were within our reach upon reaching any destination, yes. But the only one that he needed was the woman. Here in Leggett. My plan was not to bring any more in, but the architect may know that he now needs additional sacrifices to ward off the exceptional mages of the Red Tower.
Why only the red? Why are not the white involved?
Those prissy little good doers, they're too preoccupied. They're rebuilding the High Claris Tower and Verglin Keep, and they're trying to help out the poor, suffering, weak individuals. They are never a threat to us. They're too focused on doing good to know when we are coming to light.
There was. I just wrote down all those. Where'd they go? I just wrote down the things that we looted from him, and now I can't find it.
I copied and pasted them in the bottom of the
Oh, I have it.
bag of holding thing. You got handwritten journal, spell book, folded parchment containing coded itinerary.
Yeah, which we'll have to figure out the coded itinerary. But I guess I could ask him. What's the code? What's the code to your itinerary here? To decipher your itinerary.
Shit, sorry, Joey.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I thought about just letting it go so we could roleplay it out, but
Yeah.
Nezian would ask it.
I know. One spell circumvents months of DM planning. I know how it goes.
Hey, I also took downtime to learn cartography.
I know. That's why I added this thing in here for you.
Yeah.
It's like I'm making sure the skills you learn are useful and applicable.
Ugh.
Just like decoding things, but now it's useless because there's a spell. He will go over the specific cipher for you, but that will take another hour of the spell.
Okay.
And it won't necessarily mean that you're proficient in the code after an hour.
Yeah,
just
you're still going to have to translate it, and that'll
Translate
take
it,
you
yeah.
probably a few days to do.
Yeah.
But now you have this code, which would have taken you the majority of that time to decipher.
Did you take anything from the observatory besides the tome?
Oh, yes, of course. There was multiple different magical items and artifacts that would have been useful in, well, more mundane practitioners of magic. Once I was awakened, though, they were just useful in obtaining money so that I can better disguise myself, join into caravans. I even gained a spell scroll that allowed me to read the mind of an individual whom, well, I had to kill in order to take over his life and pretend to be him.
Where are the rest of these items?
They would be with my things.
Okay.
Remember, he was working, so he didn't have, his bag on
Yeah.
him. Despite what adventurers think, you do take off your armor
What?
while you're working and doing things.
No, I carry everything on me at all times in a giant backpack.
In a giant backpack that we always forget about during combat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm always walking around with with one of those hikers backpacks. It's just all over the top of my head.
What, you guys don't have one of those Monty Python guys?
Carries all my stuff for me. Does
Yeah,
anybody else
with
have
the
any
coconut.
questions? Oh, the guy with the coconuts.
Have you ever been in love?
Yes. With New Atari.
This mother-
I mean, like with a humanoid, like relationship.
No. Growing up, women found me disgusting and weak and feeble. And though I've experienced love, of course, from my mother, nobody else ever did. Never had those feelings towards anyone else either. Every time I would venture closer towards the beauty within somebody's surface, I would find the hideous nature buried deep beneath it. And they will keep saying typical alpha beta bullshit for the next 30 minutes. Women are the reason I can't get in love.
Great,
Right.
he's an incel.
Yeah. It's their fault I'm single.
While he's droning on, about 20 minutes into it, I'll lean over to Nezian. I was just trying to look for some humanity, and
There's no humanity. I don't think there's any humanity in here.
Wizard of the incel robes over here.
It's not my fault I'm not 6 feet tall.
Use magic. I heard there's a spell for that.
he's 5'11 and a half and complaining.
You use the disguise self. You use the disguise self spell. You can make yourself look 6 feet tall.
Yes, always under the guise and illusions. They should accept me for who I am, a quieted shut-in who does nothing but read all day.
And hates people.
Yeah.
Accept me for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have fun.
Yes. And above the table, that's great because now Ebenezer knows this guy has no real humanity. So, whatevs.
Incels are people too, supposedly.
Okay. And for all of you out there that are incels watching, I'm not directing this at you.
I guarantee incels don't watch my content.
I'd be surprised.
I'm not a finance bro, so they don't watch my. I don't look like Joe Rogan. Like, it's not.
Oh.
I shouldn't say that. I actually enjoy some of his stuff. Not all of it. Most of it's stupid, but some of his stuff's actually pretty fun. Anyways.
Fran, you've been quiet and studying his fury area. Any questions or thoughts you have?
No, I think y'all been very thorough.
If
Can
what
I
would be
assume?
what,
Oh, wait,
what would
wait.
be the
Go ahead.
yeah, what would be the easiest and best way for Fran to track you in the future?
There are some expert trackers that are capable of leaving behind a single object on an individual who can discern and locate that object from afar within reasonable distance. If someone were to have a skill such as that, and I was not made privy to that object, it would be much easier to track and follow me. However, now that I'm alerted, that you are alerted to that feature, I'm going to be extra careful about what objects I keep with my person.
Yes.
So perhaps the element of surprise is better than the knowledge on both fronts. You will never beat me in a game of opposed wits. So, like, locate object spell. Yeah.
Yeah. Does any of
Yeah.
does any of us have that?
I think Rager has it.
Fran, you're muted. What'd you say?
I can have it. I can load it to the next long rest.
Because I think that's what I did with the Pelican a long time ago. I put that string around it so we could track him.
Yeah.
So I'll pull. Well, at some point when he's going on and on about something with Nesian, I'll pull Fran aside. Fran, maybe you should become familiar with one of the items that he's wearing or has, or something, so we could. Something that seems dear to him, so we can track him in the future.
Okay, I can do that. And then can I pull Odie aside?
Sure.
Hey Odie, you want to snag a button from him for me?
Sure.
Is there any way that we can like, hey Odie, do you think you can snag a button and then I can like do something to it and then you can put the button back on him? You think that's possible?
All right.
I don't know if I could put it back on him, but I could like put it in his pocket.
He is blindfolded right now, guys. Like, he can't see shit.
But I mean, still
I
on a
bet you
button.
can do it.
Sleight of hand is
I
a
have
thing
faith
for a
in you.
reason. Yeah. Also, I'm just curious, Odie. Roll me a D100. 69 or higher, you already stole a button from him. Yeah, right here. You've been twiddling
Oh, you
with
want
it.
one of his buttons? Which one?
You know, I'll just borrow this one. Give me a couple of minutes, and then can you just stick it back on him for me, please? And don't take it back. Just leave it there.
What?
And just please, I'll give you
Okay.
one of my buttons. I'll give you two of my buttons. Okay.
But wh-
I already have like buttons from all you guys.
that's where my buttons are going.
Nancy, you've gone through like 3 belts. Like, just.
I was wondering why my fly was always open.
Is this even a shock to anybody?
No,
I
You're
tie
traveling with
everything. I don't
Encender.
use buttons.
but now I'm picturing for the next 10 minutes that Nesian and Odvar are in the cell talking to him while they work together to try and sew this button back on his coat.
All right, so who's rolling the sleight of hand and who's helping?
Freaking love it.
I'll roll the sleight of hand.
Go ahead, I'll help you. while Fran does whatever Fran's doing, or after Fran does whatever Fran's doing.
And just a reminder, we've had a short rest. So
Yes.
Okay, well, I did what I was doing, so.
Okay.
That's a 31.
He doesn't notice at all. Like, at all.
it's probably like a 15 check or something like
The
that.
nat
31.
20 with a +4 from guidance. It's like
You put
as
it-
high as it gets.
You put it on the pot belly portion of the shirt as well, so like for somebody who's more slim like him, there's no chance of that button getting ripped off without all of them getting ripped off.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, any more questions you guys have for him? You have him for another like 5.5 hours at this point.
This session is getting close to the hemorrhoid session as far as kind of fun. So
I don't know. Does anybody think of anything else they want to ask him?
we can start moving. We can go somewhere else. We can do whatever you want. We have.
I think we should kill him. Oh, wait, no, because we're going to track him later. Never mind. My bad. Sorry.
I track the button. You find a grave.
The grave that you put
Sorry.
him in.
Mysteriously
grave that
covered
you
in
dug.
goblin piss. I don't know why. Just like
Okay, it was mine. I had to mark it.
I'll pull him aside. I'll pull everyone else aside. Should we try and find Thalen and hand him over to him? Technically, he's the representative of the towers, which, depending upon how you get into it politically, Lord Ebenezer, this would fall under their jurisdiction.
Oh, well, if it's their jurisdiction, then yes, then of course.
At least they consider it their jurisdiction. Whether Palanthas has a treaty with the towers or not, I don't know. But
it used to.
yes, it used to.
Well, okay, then. Yes. I was with you, and then you started losing me, but if it used to be, it's probably still. Yes. Any objections, Oddvar, friend?
No, I mean we know where he's going, and I don't know. It doesn't seem like he has a lot of information because he's going to be some kind of a sacrifice. We need to find this architect guy.
Yeah, and I think he's told us as much as he is allowed to tell us.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's under some sort of compulsion that will hurt him if he tells us more. And your magic, Ebenezer, can't force him to hurt himself.
Yes, of course. I would abhor something like that. Yes, this Thalen fellow. I think that's a good idea.
So why don't you guys go try and find Thalen, and I will stay here and keep watch.
Why, as a player, does that make me nervous?
I don't know.
But you're the one who knows Thalen.
Except Thalen's met all of you. I'm the best able to watch this guy. I know the most about what he could do. I'm the most likely to be able to stop him if he does something.
This is true. Yes. Shall we go look for? Where should we start in our search for him?
Well, he was supposed to meet us at the what do you call it? The lumber mill.
Yes, that's right. Yes. We can head over there now. We can go to the lumber mill.
We could also see if anybody is not there, and that might give us a clue as to who the architect was. Because presumably after the commotion with what's his name, Dresmir, the architect probably took off.
Yeah, so let's go see if we can find this Thalen fellow. Yes.
Okay. So, whom is staying here watching and whom is going to find Thalen?
Oddvar is going to find Thalen.
Friend, would you like to come with us as well? Just in case.
All right. So you guys are trusting Nezian all by himself. I love it. So, go ahead,
The
Nisi,
story.
and whisper to me anything that you may have to whisper to me. The three of you walk out of the guard station. The guard immediately turns over towards you. The sheriff around here, captain of the guard. Are you all finished?
We just need to go. Nesian is. We'll be back. We're not completely finished. We'll be back.
Oh no, he killed himself. Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm trying not to metagame by staying behind or making Nesian come
He
with me.
fell on a dagger. It was such
Please.
a shame.
He fell on a dagger 6 times.
Stabbed
such,
himself in the back.
such a tragedy. It was so weird that he fell backwards and then got up and fell forwards on another one. I mean, it's just so weird.
Who put those
You're
daggers
committed.
there?
Stop stabbing yourself. Stop stabbing yourself.
Why would you kneel on 2 daggers at the same time? So strange.
You cut off your own fingers before you did it. It's so worth it.
I mean, I'm impressed at your ability to cut off your own toes after cutting off your own fingers. I mean, it's really hard to hold a dagger like that. I mean, how did you strap that to your stub? I mean,
Anywho.
So,
I imagine what he did was he kept getting up, slipping in his own blood, and then kept falling on daggers every time he'd get up and slip in his own blood.
That
That
is
would be
ex-
more logical to me.
exactly
That-
what Nesian will tell you.
That makes absolute sense. Yes.
I mean, I would buy that.
He was still blindfolded. He didn't know. Like...
Exactly.
All right, so the three of you go out looking for Thalen. Roll me perception checks, all 3 of you.
Oh Lord.
I would say this. I am shooting off the spell message just saying Thalen, like, in random directions. Through town.
All right, you'll get a whole bunch of people screaming in reply, "What is that?"
Well, no, I'm
Just-
looking for him. Because I know him, so I'm thinking, like, is Thalen over there? Is Thalen over there? Like, am I getting any pings?
Yeah,
Any
Thalen,
responses?
Thalen.
It's the dumbest game of Marco Polo. And apparently it distracted me because I rolled a 2 for my perception.
Right. Fran is.
I got a nat 20.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yay.
Let me reply to Nesian real quick, guys.
Nobody talks in these, and that's dumb.
Oh.
Thalen.
I just see Oddvar's just walking through the Thalen. Problem is, he's sending him out so fast he doesn't know what direction worked.
Odie.
Maybe I need his last name.
Stop.
Oh, don't do this to me, Joey. You bastard.
I deserve to have my fun too. So, Whisper Nesian.
You've added his last name to try. You worried that you're connecting to some other Thalen?
Hey,
I do
really,
like how
just this first he oh, that's a good point.
I do like how Matt Mercer says there
being-
can be multiple
being
people with the
too-
same name.
Yeah.
Too familiar.
Mr.
Mr.
Burrell.
Burrell. I saw one today that said every human you run into has a 30% chance of having the name of someone else in the group because all humans are basic.
Yeah.
That was one of his house rules.
Ugh.
Well, I mean, half the people on my 6-man crew are named Mike.
Yeah, I have a lot of repeat names at my work too. There's like 6 Katies.
I know that's nice. I used to work on a programming team that had 6 Tims, a Jim, and a Kim, all on one team of like 23 people.
Oh, jeez.
All right, that's everything off of that question.
All right, that's fine. I'm afraid to dig any deeper.
That's fine. So, as Odie is going probably the wrong direction, and Ebenezer...
I'm just following Fran. I'm
Yeah.
kind of looking, but just I know Fran's got it, so
Yeah. Fran, you find him at the north gates of town, sitting precariously on the large arches of the gate all the way at the top. He's kind of well hidden up there as well. If you weren't specifically looking up there for him, you would not have noticed. Roll to hit. Oh.
I'm eating a food stand.
Yep.
Okay,
Is that fresh cabbage?
so
Go on.
so I don't. Do I know how close Ebenezer is to me? Like,
yeah, I'm like walking with you, like just
okay, because I was gonna like just like slap behind me, but then
yeah, I can be right behind you. Oh,
Actually hit you in the nuts.
Ugh.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Fran.
Sorry.
Fran, your hair just kind of like gets tugged really hard.
Oh,
What?
yeah, I'm sure you
in the
didn't.
hell?
I'm sure you didn't. And I've got both.
That
my
was an
hands here.
accident.
Yeah,
That was an accident.
I'm sure it was
I'm
an
sorry.
accident. No.
He's right. He's right up there. Did you feel that?
Yes,
Something
it hurt
just
when you
pulled my
hit
hair.
me in the
Well,
nuts.
no.
I don't want to be the target of your fury of the small.
No, I use knives for that. Something just pulled my hair.
Oh.
I am sorry
okay.
about your nuts, though. I didn't mean to
It's
tap
all
them
right.
twice.
Oh, there he is. Yes. Okay. Mr. Thalen.
For all that is holy within the red robes. Oh, that was a real person this time. Hello.
Yes. We have the person for you, and they're back with above the table. What was Nesian calling himself?
Above the table, he was. Now I have to remember.
It was last week or the week before.
Now, all of your aliases. Don't you have an entire handout for that?
I do. I just had to find the Urkon. I just had to find the handout that had it.
Urkon is so close to Urkel. I love it.
It is. I love it too. Urkon has the person you were looking for. Can we escort you to them and then transfer them to you and all that?
Yes. They will step off the arches and slowly fall to the ground, touching it gracefully. And he'll walk right up to you, Ebenezer. Were you persistently messaging me my name?
No, this is the first time I've said your name.
And I'll look over at you. Are you a goblin capable of spellcraft of a high caliber?
I wouldn't say a high caliber, but I do a little dabbling.
Whomever was messaging me, I wish to put into a fiery pit. God, where is he? He just starts looking around. You guys see Odie is like eating like just a kebab and pointing randomly.
Oh my god, Odie.
All right, let us go to Nesian.
Did you see Fran's, before you go to me, did you see Fran's question in chat?
I did not. Can I gently swipe around to see if I feel anything around or here or
Around my head or
oh,
my
head or
body.
body? Yeah, sleight of hand check. You search around quickly and you don't find anything, but you do notice a chunk of your hair is like pulled out and like sitting on your shoulder now. You're not crazy. Your hair was pulled out.
Do I notice if any of it is missing? Did somebody take my hair, or is it just pulled out?
No, that's just the clump of it that's like pulled out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So nobody took it.
No.
Okay, cool. Okay. Son of a bitch. Okay.
So
Well, I'm gonna put it in my pocket because I don't want to take it.
Love it. Oh.
Odie, you see they're walking with, hey, that's Thalen. Or no, he would have to disguise himself, not as a red robe. So you see your party members are walking with a hunched over old man over to the guard station.
Yeah, Urcon is just this way.
All right. Well, I'm gonna rejoin the group, and I'm still shooting off Thalen's.
After you say it, you see the old man slowly turns to you with eyes bulging out. If you cast that spell in my direction one more time, I will open up the ground and have it swallow you.
I'm gonna cast a message and say, "Okay, I'm sorry."
I imagine it's like when you're driving in a car with a child and they're like, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?"
Like, Thalen, ooh, that's a cool rock. Thalen,
Oh, is this thing
Thalen?
still on?
there's a lot of cats around here. Thalen.
Oh my god.
The message cantrip is such a good troll item. Anyways, you guys get back after admittedly only like 10 minutes being away. Nesian, what do they see?
Nesian is pulled up a chair outside the jail cell, and he's sitting there just chit-chatting with the guy about random topics, nothing important. And he's perfectly alive and unharmed, as far as you can tell.
All
No,
right.
it's Sally sold seashells by the seashore, not Silly sold seashells by the seashore.
Are you sure it's Sally? I'm pretty sure it's Silly. I always thought it was Silly.
I'm sure it's Sally. Sally always sold the seashells. It's based off of Sally Sahal, who used to live by the seashore itself over in Sigil.
I don't know. I grew up in a port town, and I'm certain it's Silly.
Silly was
Sorry
the
to
shanty. Oh.
Sorry to interrupt your conversation here. And I look at Nesian. I have a guest here that you wanted to chat with.
Oh, yeah.
The old man stands up straight. Hello, Urcon.
We found your wayward soul. Then I'll point to the cell.
Good.
The shell.
Just shell. Now I've got shell in my head.
Hey, that was the first useless conversation I could think
Freudian
of.
slip. He's actually dead. It's all an illusion.
Oh no, he fell over. Just... Wonderful. I see you've already gathered him. Did you do any interrogations already?
I mean, we did a little bit of talking while we were waiting to find you, but
He's remarkably been cooperative on questions lately.
Roll me a deception check, Nesian.
Okay.
Don't you know I'm still standing? Very good. The less you know, the better. We wouldn't want to have to come after more individuals with knowledge on this.
Go ahead, Ebenezer. You were going to say something.
No, you speak. I was just. I'm going to drop the suggestion spell. I'm going to.
I
Very
was
soon.
just going to say, I'm assuming you're going to take him from here.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
My experience is this town has a lot of ears. I probably wouldn't do much questioning of him until you get him far from town.
Absolutely. We plan on taking him all the way back over to our tower, of course. Off the top of your head, do you remember the name of the red tower?
Well, the towers there's like 5 towers of high sorcery. They all contain kind of one of each. So the biggest tower that's still up and actually, I think the only tower that's currently up and running is the Tower of Wayreth, which is in the Elven land, near Qualinesti. It's the Tower of High Sorcery down towards the south east of where we're at.
Yes. Okay.
That's the only currently active one. In the normal time around this timeline, the one in Palanthas is up and running, but you've already changed that. So
Yeah. I will be taking him and bringing him there where we can conduct the utmost experimentations to see what specifically we can discern about what he's been doing and tending to. Do all of you feel as though you are owed something for doing this task?
I think if I personally, so I will let the others talk for themselves, if I ever manage to make it to the towers, I would like this to be put in consideration for my application for the test.
You possess all of the necessary qualifications to be properly tested based off of lineage and heritage alone, and I will not be owing you a favor for a letter of recommendation. Instead, I would rather give you something. Monetary gain, perhaps? Would that satiate the need to be rewarded?
You have any useful artifacts we could have? I don't mean artifacts as in the D&D term artifacts.
I know.
I'm not asking for an artifact level magic item.
Like a vestige,
Priceless,
like a pure.
heirloom.
Robe of the Archmage.
Ebenezer has one.
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah,
Doesn't everybody?
Yeah.
I'll take a Robe of the Archmage and
You got a collapsible boat.
collapsible boat.
Why, yes, I do. He will reach into his bag and pull out what appears to be like a very small boat, like one that you would put in the bathtub with you.
Always wanted a collapsible boat.
Yes.
They are actually a very fun item. The folding boat.
They are.
The keyword is he'll like put it outside of hearing distance of him. Willem Defold.
Can I roll Arcana to see if I know anything about these?
Absolutely.
Because I want to ask a question, but I don't want to ask it unless I think there's a chance I'll know it.
Ask your question.
Don't these normally come with 2 different command words, Thalen? There's one that makes it basically like a canoe, and there's another one that makes it a much larger boat that holds up to 15 people.
A keel boat,
A keel boat, yeah.
Let me reread the new 2024 version of it. As a
Ooh.
wooden box that measures 12 inches long. I already changed that. It's better as a small boat in your bathtub. First command word, the box unfolds into a rowboat. Second command word, the box unfolds into a keel boat. Third command boat, the boat folds back into a box. If no creatures are aboard, any objects in the vessel that can't fit inside the box maintain outside the box as it folds. Any objects in the vessel that can fit inside the box, do so. Yes. So...
At maximum to fold. I could just see Oddvar just setting this up in the front yard.
Oh yeah.
So he could play pirate when we're not doing anything.
Yep.
Front yard. Up in a
I
tree.
want to play pirate.
You gotta put a boat up in a tree. Now
Up in a
you
tree.
pre-made tree house.
You
boat.
and Fran can play air pirates.
I
Those
want
are
to be
even
the
better
first
than normal
mate.
pirates.
That's
All right.
awesome.
It's Willem Defold, William Wellis, and Tally Ho. Make sure you write that down because you do have to say those words when you plan
Oh,
on using it.
I am.
You throw it in the air. Willem Defold! It just expands into a boat.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You'd
I've
have to
already
have
had people try catapulting it in the past. It's funny.
I was thinking like from a second story, third story window.
Oh, yeah, catapult
Right
is
above
hilarious with it. When you turn it into a
Catapult.
keel boat, but you need two people. One person to do catapult, and one person to scream, Willis Wallace! And then keel boat
Yep.
just smashes into them.
Love it.
And of course, since you are gaining that, is going to come out of the other matters of riches that I planned on handing over to all of you if you felt the need to receive some type of monetary compensation. Gold, platinum, or coins.
Platinum, I think is nice. Any objections to platinum or?
No, platinum is easier to carry.
Very well. He'll reach into his bag again. Yeah, you didn't question him, so he's not gonna be a dick about. You didn't question him.
Nope.
You've been straightforward. You've expressed interest in joining the tower, which does go with his plans because he wants more reputable mages at the tower, obviously.
No one's more reputable than Nesian.
Yeah, he will hand each of you 40 platinum pieces.
Woo!
I mean, he's got a friend that's a lord. He must be reputable.
Yes, of course. So make sure you add 40 PP to your character sheets.
All right.
That's everybody but Oddvar, right?
Correct. You got a boat.
I got a fucking boat. This
Yeah.
boat's dope.
That was
Just
a good
popped into
ask.
my head. I remember whenever I'd flip through the DMG, I'd be like, dude, this folding boat thing looks fucking awesome.
It's an amazing
cool.
item. I've given it out in 3 games, and they've used it in 1.
I love them. I think they're
We're
great.
right by a river that we have to cross.
It's amazing! How do you think he got here? On the boat.
You have an awfully long trip to get him back
Not
to
our
wear
problem.
it.
Yes, I will be contracting some rogued mercenary groups to assist me in the replacement of him. For the time being, however, I will be able to, at minimum, get him over to Heth, and then we will see where else we can go and pursue. He goes into the jail cell, reaches into his bag and pulls out a ball gag and puts it on him. All mages need this.
Mm-hmm.
Might I suggest, when you try to contract people, try not to use the Nightblades. I can't guarantee we won't cross paths again, and if we see Nightblades, we throw fireballs first, ask questions later.
I would recommend that you allow me to take whatever necessary precautions is required to subdue this individual. If there was other active mercenary groups of ill rapport and easily manipulated, I would use them. If you see me, don't fireball first. Our next encounter will be far more deadly.
Like red-robed you, or you like this old guy you?
I'll make sure the face maintains myself in the future. The robes will not be seen.
All right.
Kender. He just shakes his head.
Yeah. If
I'll
you're
steal one of his buttons.
if you go through Palanthas, I could give you the name of a guy.
I may need of that in the future. Whom would you recommend to work with?
Let's see. Where did we go? Where did we hang out? It was at. Trying to remember the name of the bar we held. I'll tell them the bar that we met everybody that we kept going back to for meetings. I don't. Was that the White Crow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the White Crow Inn. Talk to an Iron Fist.
Very
You
well.
can tell him that you were referred by a Nesian.
Very well. If I'm ever out and about in those areas.
They're a much better class of lowlife.
He seems unbothered by the prospect in general. But he will pick up... what the fuck's this guy's name again?
Dresmere?
Yeah, Drasmere. And bring him over to the front doors, where you hear him cast suggestion
Yeah, and
on
I've
the
dropped my.
sheriff. Accompany me to take him out of town without drawing any suspicion.
Dun, dun,
And he
dun,
will
dun.
now be kidnapping the town sheriff, captain of the guard. And guys,
Love
I
it.
think this is a good place for us to go ahead and go on break. We'll be right back.
I had this. least this person that hired us in this game didn't accidentally forget to tell us that they hired us to assassinate a devil.
You know what we need? We need to go get some hellfire.
Oh my
That's
God.
what. All right, we're changing course.
And we're back, everybody. So, where last we left off, the party decided they wanted hellfire. No. You all watched as Thalen left with Drasmir and the captain of the guard. You all head back over towards the inn. And when you get there, it is very easy for you all to find your respective seating area or your respective rooms to go slumber in. Chirp is already sitting at the bar or at one of the tables, drinking leisurely as you all walk in. Oh, a mighty fine day to all of you. How has it gone?
Splendid. Chirp, how are you?
You know me, always living in ecstasy.
Oh, sounds good. And I'll go get a drink and sit down next to Chirp and just listen to his tales before I go to bed. We don't have to roleplay it. It's just
Yeah, I gotcha. Nobody likes hearing from the bard.
I do, but
So you all attempt to go to sleep? Neezy.
What time of night is it? Is it like kind of early? Is it late?
By the time you're getting to this point, it's pretty early into the evening. It's already dusk, so probably like 9 p.m.
Okay.
But you guys had a bit of a day.
Mhm.
I mean, nothing's more exhausting than listening to an incel complain about his upbringing and why women don't love him.
Yeah. 6
Admittedly.
hours.
Yeah, that was literally 1 hour of him speaking of his entire origin story.
Shit.
Yeah.
I just remember we're not in Palanthas anymore.
We are not. But click your heels together.
No, I was gonna say Odie's gonna go for a trip in his boat,
Oh,
but he doesn't have anywhere to go.
See, I don't think there's a boat around here, is there?
He has a
Or
boat.
river?
I have a boat
No.
everywhere.
No, there's not a river around here.
Yeah, that's the problem.
when
Not
we're
like a significant river. I
I
think
mean,
there's
you can
whatever
just-
the water wheel was working with, but that yeah.
You could put the canoe on that.
we can also, when we're adventuring at night, use it as a tiny hut.
Just use it as a big tent.
Yep.
It is a boat.
I
Out in
could
the middle of
disrespect
nowhere.
my boat using it as a tent.
Anywho. You all attempt to sleep.
Yes, I believe
Yes,
so.
I believe so.
I would like a perception check from everybody at disadvantage while you're sleeping.
Sweet. Fran, I'll let you roll yours first so I know how. Oh, Odie's got it. Never mind. Wait, you said that was a deception.
Yeah, wrong D word.
Wrong
I know.
Epson word.
I know.
Deception.
Wrong Eption.
Just so I know how stressed I need to be when I go to roll my. Okay, I'll roll. Okay. Oh, Fran. Yeah. Here we go.
Fran rolled deception as well.
Oh, she did.
Goddamn people, it's D.
It's
Deception.
it's perception that we need to roll.
I know, they're just rolling D.
I want people to think I'm awake while I'm
But
sleeping.
did my deception check make you
Oh.
think it was a perception?
You know, good point, yeah. All right.
All right.
I'm gonna
Nice,
say, Fran's good at perception, so
Nisi.
That's why I imagined when Ebenezer and Fran were walking, he was just letting Fran do the looking while he just kind of
makes
looked at
sense.
everything else.
Ah, what a lovely little roof. Nesian. You attempt to sleep through the evening. However, there's a shine coming from outside that keeps disturbing you and making you a little restless. Nezian, did you
Okay.
roll? Oh, you did 17
Yeah,
up
mine's
there.
a-
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, there were so many rolls when 4 people are here. Okay.
I'm sorry, am I a mute? Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. There's a sign?
No, there's a shine,
Oh, a shine.
a glow, a twinkle, little star.
Is it out the window?
It is.
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go like. At first, I'm probably gonna try and close the blinds, but as I go to close the blinds, I'm gonna look a little deeper out there and see if I can see what's making the shine.
When you look outside, it is a completely clear night. And the stars above are twinkling and dazzling, and you can see 3 moons up there, brightening the night sky so much more than you've ever seen before.
Nesian will decide against closing the blinds or closing the curtains. And instead, we'll just go back to bed, staring out the window until he falls asleep.
Now, you're sharing a room with 2 of your allies. Ebenezer, you are sleeping so well. The 2 allies, however, Odie, Fran, you both notice Nezian get up and goes over to the window and opens the blinds further. It's not disturbing. I mean, it's not too bright outside or anything. All right, good talk.
What? What are you looking at?
I just thought I saw something, but there doesn't appear to be anything of note.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to bed. We'll figure it out in the morning.
Fair enough. I'm just
I think Fran's focused on trying to get her spells added to her character sheet.
I gotcha. So, you all successfully go to sleep.
Long rest. I have
Hit the
spells
long
again.
rest button, people.
Woohoo!
Yay! I have spells.
I need to whisper something.
I
Oh! Wrong person.
was that okay.
That was the wrong person. Ignore that.
I will ignore it.
I almost wish when they showed you your spells that they weren't alphabetical, but they were also grouped by the level.
Level. Yeah.
They should be grouped by level. Mine are.
Well,
They're
they
not
indicate their
alphabetical.
level, but they. Well, when I do the. No, I mean the.
Oh, when you're in the
you
manage
prepare
screen.
when you
Yeah,
try to
Yeah.
prepare your spells. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at
Yeah,
least be
that's
able
a pain.
to sift them, because you can't even like in the search you can't just say like 3rd level.
Yeah.
You literally have to search by the name of the spell.
Yeah, I think I might start using a different thing to keep track of my spells, and then just come over
Well,
here.
it's just the choosing which ones you have prepared, because you don't have a good list of your options.
Yeah, that's why
per
I'm thinking about
level.
using a different one to keep track of that, and then come over to the once I figured out which ones, then come over to the sheet. Click, 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 click. So I'm
Alrighty.
agreeing with you.
So if I take the spell Summon Fae, can I just make Ebenezer appear?
Who says
Get
he's a fake?
separated?
Gotta keep him
Says he's
separate. Anyways, you all wake up in the morning, feeling so incredibly well rested. Fran, as you wake up, you hear some clamoring and a little bit of shouting coming from the main hall area.
Do you guys all hear that?
You're what?
Huh?
Come here, come listen. It's coming from down the hallway.
I will
Okay.
gather my things and go to investigate.
All right.
I
As you
hope
run-
Ebenezer's not having a restless night in his big all alone room.
Sorry, 1 second. Do. So, as you go down the hall to investigate, you see a few of the normal attendees are circling around Chirp as Chirp is trying to push them backwards. No, I'm telling you, there has to be something wrong. 2 people don't just go missing.
Sure, you say people have gone missing.
Yes, please, talk some sense. He's just being an asshole.
That may be true, but what is he saying?
I'm saying that... what was her name again? The waitress. Sally?
Lyra was the owner of the inn.
Lyra. Yes.
The one that he had a thing for.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Lyra. Lyra Marnock.
Lyra is gone. She didn't show up for her shift this morning. I woke up bright and early, as I always do. Dude, you're such a fucking creep. And she is not here. I went and looked over at the office of the chamberlain, and our guard captain is also missing.
Where is her house?
She lives with Mayor Thorne. And he pointed out that building to you previously.
Yeah. Maybe we can go check and see. I'm worried that she seems a very responsible person, and as if she would be here, but maybe she's sick. We can go check on her.
Yes, that is what I've been saying. And he pushes some of the guys away and goes to follow up with all of you. We need more ambitious individuals around here. You're just being a fucking creep. You have no reason to go to her house this hour. I'm telling you, there's something afoot if 2 people are missing. Tell me the last time she was late to work. And everybody falls silent.
Well, we better go check on her then. Come, and then I look to Nesian and Tran and Oddvar before I head out.
You guys.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
I was just gonna say I'll follow.
Okay. You guys follow, heading over to the establishment, and Chirp, being the first one up the stairs, is slamming on the door aggressively. What the hell do you want this morning, Chirp? The mayor opens up the door, still having a napkin tucked into his collared shirt from eating breakfast that he's currently doing. Where is she?
Sorry, Mr. Mayor. Lyra appears to have not made it to work this morning, and we were just concerned that she might be feeling ill or something.
Lyra didn't make it to work? She may be. You're a physician, right, Lord?
Yes,
Ebenezer?
yes.
You may come in. Everyone else, the young lady deserves her privacy.
Yes, if I could have my assistant, Fran, come with me as well, that would be great.
He looks down. I suppose. And he'll walk with you down the hall where Chirp, waits impatiently by the front door. Ebenezer, when he knocks on the door a few times, he pauses for a moment, then slowly opens. You see, her bed is perfectly made, 100% intact. You look around at the spotless room of this noble estate that she is staying in. There's a vanity mirror that has some makeups and some products over on it. There's 2 large armoires that are currently hung open with what looks like quite a few missing outfits.
Well, either her bed's made, so either she didn't go to sleep last night, or she woke up early and left. I can't imagine a kidnapper or someone grabbing her and then making the bed.
Our maids haven't come yet. They usually come here around noon to fix up the estate and make sure everything is tended to.
Perhaps did she say anything strange last night before retiring to sleep?
Sorry, but I was already asleep by the time she got home.
Yes.
I heard her approaching. I thought it was a little early. Usually her shift lasts longer.
We can come back to the scene in a minute, but Fran, do you see any evidence of anyone else coming in this room, maybe through a window or something?
I don't know. I didn't really take a good look around yet, but I can go look around.
Yeah, so why don't you look around the room and maybe see if something's been displaced or someone else came in here?
All right, go ahead. Fran, you can roll a survival check.
Oh, I just rolled a disadvantage. Sorry, hold on.
It's fine. We just take the first. Oh.
21.
Well, the first one's a 6.
Oh, the first. Yeah, sorry.
Now, you do have your reroll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like to use my reroll, please.
Go for it.
So what was that? What am I rolling again?
Survival.
Thank you.
But without...
Yeah, she's good.
Cool.
25.
Nice.
So, you start snooping around through here. You can see the waitress's shoes. She is the woman who, well, Chirp has been completely and utterly infatuated with this entire time. She's the one who's been tending to the establishment. She owns the establishment that you guys are staying at. You see her shoes. You recognize them because, you're 3 feet tall. You always see people's shoes. She seems to have left them here, and by the looks of the markings on the perfect wood floor, She has donned boots. A bag is missing from the closet when you snoop around through there. Something akin to a satchel. There's also what appears to be some objects for horseback riding in here. Proper chaps and proper dress wear for it. But those things were left behind, whereas everything else that would have been made for horseback riding is missing. The bit, the biddle, the saddle, things like that. Looking through, there's no signs of any struggle. There's no signs of any conflict. It looks like she literally came in here, gathered up her things, and left through the balcony window.
Okay. Well, y'all, after looking around, it looks like she just got up and left. I mean, her shoes are here, but she took a bag and her horse riding stuff is gone. But it doesn't look like she was planning on taking a long ride because the long ride stuff is still here. But she looks like she left out the balcony window.
Hmm.
And it looks like she switched into a pair of boots. Which would make sense if she was going on a horseback ride.
Yes. Well, it seems she did this voluntarily. Then we should let the mayor know.
Wait, what? Why? She wouldn't just leave for no reason. She has the inn to attend to. Did she leave a note or something? Are you sure you didn't just miss it? Fran, you didn't miss shit.
Okay. No, sir, I'm sorry. I did not see any note. I don't believe I missed a note anywhere. I
No.
looked high and real super low.
I would like you to roll me an insight check, however.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Not great.
9. Okay, yeah. No additional information to be gained yet. We need to alert the, we need to alert the sheriff. Let him know that she may be in danger. She hasn't been horseback riding in years.
How would you describe her relationship with the sheriff?
Are you insinuating something, sir?
No, not insinuating anything at all. It's just this is a conundrum. Everything I've heard about Lyra is that she's very responsible, and this does not seem like the sort of thing that she would do. Although it's not uncommon for people to suddenly leave, but it doesn't sound like the sheriff is missing as well.
Wait, Sheriff Smith? Oh no. What is why would he be gone? What caused him to leave?
That's why I was wondering what and when I say relationship, I don't mean like relationship, but just how they know each other.
Yes, strictly formal in nature. They have crossed paths a few times in social gatherings and events, and that's it. How long's he been missing? He starts heading over towards the door.
Oh, I'm not there. Never mind.
Fran and I will go check the sheriff's office. Maybe he's shown back up. I just know he wasn't there earlier today. We'll report back to you.
Good. Make haste with it, please. This is she's my last family. We need to make sure she's okay, and of course we need to make sure the sheriff's okay as well.
Yes, we'll do that. Fran, let's head back. And I think Nesian wanted to do a little.
Oh, and I would say above the table, we know that the sheriff was brain controlled to just help Thalen escort this guy out of town.
Yep.
Alright.
So that's where he is.
So, Nesian, you said you wanted to do something?
Yeah, once they start heading up there, since he didn't invite all of us to look around, I'm gonna have because I know this creep knows it, even though he's never been there. Chirp, which room is hers?
What? I don't know.
Don't lie to me, Chirp.
Insight check.
You know what fucking room it is, god damn it.
Yeah.
19. He's telling the truth.
You
He
don't
doesn't
know
know-
what room she's in.
No, she's never invited me inside. I'm not some peeping Tom.
Damn it.
What?
Why can't you be a useful creep?
I'm not a creep. I'm in love.
Yeah, well, didn't you ever think about like standing outside of her window and sing a song or something?
That's creepy
know.
as all belief. I serenade her whenever she requests. She just doesn't request. I need to respect boundaries, of course.
I'm gonna step away from the house a little bit. I just want to see if maybe I catch Fran when she goes out to go look at the balcony. I'm just trying to see if I can figure out what room she is hers.
Oh yeah, we can definitely say you see Fran like open up the balcony window and look outside and take note of like a boot scuff on the what do you call those things? The trellis.
Okay. Then I'm going to go cast minor illusion just to put a illusion of myself like sitting up against the wall sleeping or something, just in case that they come back out.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and climb up to her balcony once Fran is gone from there. I'll use the rope of climbing to make it easier.
Sounds good. So roll me a stealth check.
Dang, you guys.
Yeah, right? You know there's other sides of a die, right?
No, there's not. There's only one.
Last night it was like that too. They rolled like 9 natural 20s on their checks. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Dang.
Well, so did Dresley on Tuesday. He rolled like 4 of them in that one encounter.
It was insane. You know, he deserved it though. He rolled shit for so long.
I'm not complaining, mind you. I'm just
Yeah.
No, I'm complaining. I'm the DM. I want there to be challenge. Anyways, so as you are waiting out there, you hear the conversation take place of them as they begin moving down the hall, and you creep into the bedroom.
creep.
I'm gonna be the creep now.
I'm a creep.
Nesian is sure that if there was anything to track about where she was going, like from a tracking standpoint, that Fran is better at it than he is.
Absolutely.
So what Nesian is looking for is hiding spots, like someplace she might keep a diary
Mm.
or anything like that.
Okay, this is going to be a perception check.
Can I also start looking for that too? Because I think I've exhausted my area of expertise in trying to figure out which
Well,
one.
I was waiting for you to leave.
He was
Oh,
waiting for
sorry.
no one else to be there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, well, he wasn't allowed to go to the young lady's
Look,
room.
I
Reasonable.
figured it was easier to get one person in. Am I gonna bring in the Kender that steals everything, or the Nesian that is deceptive and sometimes takes?
Fran
whoa,
was the
whoa.
right choice because you were trying to find out if there was a trail.
Yes.
She was the perfect choice for that.
And you being a doctor, he's perfectly fine with you checking. Like, oh, she might be sick. That's reasonable. And Fran is a woman, a goblin, but a woman. So, like,
Right.
he's more than relaxed to allow that to occur. The other men, hell no.
Right, made sense in my mind.
Absolutely. So as they're walking down the hallway, Nesian, 21 perception. You go snooping around the room, and you find, when you put your head flush with the floorboards, you know how, like, in older houses that are made out of wood all the way across, sometimes there's, like, slightly uplift planks. Like, very slightly from age of the wood being warped and pushed upwards, right?
Yes.
You look at one of them, and it's not that it's pushed up, it's that it wasn't pushed back down properly. You go over and you quickly pull out a dagger and thunk, pop it open. When you look down inside of this, you see that there is a marking on that plank inside where, like, you would put it and it would be facing downwards. That marking appears to be that of a moon, hiding behind two others. The marking of Nuatari. And when you look down inside of this floorboard, it looks like things placed in here that still remain have not been touched in 15 years, maybe. You see that there's a very old bunny rabbit stuffed. You see there's a couple of small portraits drawn, and when you take them out, it appears to be a young auburn-haired girl, and it's like childish drawings with crowns. A young auburn-haired girl holding the hands of a man and a woman wearing black robes. And you notice this area here could definitely support a fairly sizable object. Something up to like 3 feet long, up to, not saying it is, but like up to 3 feet long, and width of about 4 inches. But whatever could have been that the dust settled around what it was and was pushed off of it, is missing.
Okay. I'm going to take that stuff, shove it in my bag, and then replace the board.
All right. Slide
And
it forward
then-
to put it back. Stop the monkey. Let's go get it. Get it, get it, get it.
Yes.
26.
Wouldn't you rather
So
route of the pack keeper?
I would, but this is Nesian's time, so I was trying to.
Yeah, he has a great sword. He's fine.
I'm good.
All of
He
you
already
have
has
good.
his artifact.
Everyone has great items other than Nesian. He has a lot of good items. You know,
I just have a
dagger,
ton
a
of
dagger,
+1
a
daggers.
dagger, and a dagger. But yes, you're able to easily slip back downstairs. By the time your allies sound like they're getting closer over to the front door, please, please make sure she's okay. And you easily get to where your illusion is. Of course, Advar notices.
Oh yeah, I wasn't hiding it from Advar. The
Where's
illusion
the
was
fucking lookout.
yeah, the illusion was just there in case they came out before I did and they wondered where I was.
Got you.
Yeah, it was not meant. It was never intended to fool Advar.
I got you.
So
You get there, and right as they're reappearing downstairs, please, Mayor Thorne calls to each of you. Please find her and make sure she's okay. She's the last family I have.
Yes, we will look for her. I'm also concerned. Sorry, didn't mean to distract us.
that gives me a +3 to hit, right? If I strap all 3 +1 daggers to my
Yeah.
hand.
Is that how that
like
works?
Wolverine claws.
Makes
That's how
sense
I
to
think
me.
it works.
So yes, you're all back together, and you can share as much information as you all would like.
I'm not going to share what I learned until after we're away from the mayor.
Yeah, I'm assuming like he's staying here to get dressed, and you guys can
Yeah.
go do what you want to do. But remember, what you guys learned as individuals, you did not share with the other half of
Right.
the group.
We're heading over to the sheriff's office to see if there's any clues or anything there. Extra clues. And I wink. No, and Fran maybe can let you in on what she noticed.
Did you find anything, Fran?
I mean, did I find more than what I already told
No,
you guys?
me and Advar weren't there for that conversation.
Oh, can I just say that I relay everything that I told?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
That's
you.
fine, yeah.
The I went in after you guys left, and I found a little hidden compartment that she's definitely the sleeper.
Sleeper? What do you mean? She was sleeping?
I think this
Yes,
is the
she was
conversation on the
sleeping.
way to the.
No,
Yeah,
Chip's
Chirp-
with us. I
Oh,
forgot
Chirp!
Chirp's
Sorry,
with us.
I
Yeah.
forgot Chirp was with
Chirp
us.
ain't leaving. He's so
yeah.
worried about her.
She's definitely the sleeper. You don't need to know what that is, Chirp.
I think I do.
I think you're wrong. And if I need to convince you, you will not like it.
Roll me intimidation.
Chirp. I'll wait till the
Of
intimidation
course.
happens.
8.
Chirp.
That's when the low rolls come out, when I try
He
and
is-
scare off the stupid bard.
He is so worried for her, he just completely ignores the threat. Yes?
It suddenly occurred to me, maybe you should be watching her place and letting us know if she returns while we're out, because she might return on her own. Fran did say that it didn't seem like she was gathered stuff for a long trip, and so it might be good for you to wait near her house or at her house. I'd be more than happy to talk to her father for you if needed.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh, I'm human.
You
Okay,
are!
so I will use my. Move this to. Veinticuatro, 24.
Oh, that's so
Natural
many
20.
20s and so many 4s.
Oh no, that's 19. It was a natural 19, not a 20.
Oh, well, still. Very well. But if you all plan on going to find or rescue her, please let me know. There's nowhere in this world I wouldn't go to make sure she's okay. I'll walk 1,000 miles, and I would walk 1,000 more.
I completely understand, and love is a very strong thing. And I do hope to see the two of you together someday.
He will place his hand on your shoulder and then move it up to your cheek. You are a glorious nobleman, and I'm so proud to know you. He'll inspire you. You have a D8 to use
Woo!
within the next hour.
Nice. I'll just put it on my character sheet or on my paper.
And do-do-do-do-do-do, he'll skadoodle his way out. Yeah, having bards like you is beneficial sometimes.
Very.
Whatever. They're
So I'm-
terrible.
I'm gonna mention
Yeah, you don't have to roll dice anyways. It's fine.
we should go back to the mill because Dresmir implied that he still had stuff there. We might find something about the architect there too.
Yes, I'm thinking we hit the sheriff's office, then we can hit the mill, and then we can swing around and if we have any clues of where she might be.
Ebenezer, why
Yes.
are we gonna go to the sheriff's office?
There
We
might
know
be.
why he left.
We
It has
know,
nothing to do with this.
but she left, and what her leaving might have something to do with it. And this is after Chirp is gone, and she might be the sleeper. There might be other clues about her or connections, or I don't know. I just we can. It doesn't have to be a long stop, but just a quick stop.
I may have missed something then. Why do we know that the sheriff left? Did I
He got
forget
mind
something?
controlled by Thalen to
He did-
escort the prisoner out.
Thalen
okay.
literally walked outside and did suggestion.
Yep.
Escort him outside of town with
Okay.
me without
missed
alerting
that.
anyone.
Okay.
So he
I
spent
missed
8
that part.
hours. I mean, it's been longer than 8 hours. He should be back, but
Yeah.
yeah, Thalen very clearly kidnapped the guard by casting the suggestion spell.
I remember you saying that, and it just completely glossed over my head.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
irrelevant. He's a guard.
Yeah.
And above the table, there might be something there. Probably not, but there might be. He might be back, but then also, dare I say, this is above the table. Also, we said we were going to swing by there, and so it won't draw any suspicion if we just kind of go somewhere else.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys go over to the guard's office first, since that's here in town.
Yep.
When you get there, you see that a different guard is currently trying to gather up a couple of extra people to start working, and he'll look over. Please tell me there's not another problem.
No problem. We were just. Is the sheriff back yet?
No, he isn't. He's been missing since yesternight's shift.
All right. We'll continue. We're looking. I'll let you. Yes, we'll find him, and then we'll keep going.
Once we're away from everyone else, I will tell everyone else. I will tell everyone. In her room, I found a compartment marked with the symbol of Nutari. And what looks like drawings she made as a child. Actually, I'll pull one out because I stole them. That looks like maybe her as a child with two parents that are members of the Black Robes. Oh, and a bunny rabbit.
Do those
back in my back?
drawings of Cran resemble anyone? I know they're stick figures, but
You may roll me an insight check. If you are proficient in painter supplies, you're rolling that instead with wisdom with advantage.
damn, that's Sunday's character. Okay.
The DC
Insight.
is 25. You're looking at a stick drawing. Like, to notice anything about them would be astonishing. Like,
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna roll. I'm not
detail.
gonna know anything, but I'm just gonna roll just for this.
They've got straggly hair all in their face.
So they
I'm
have.
picturing like a circle face and a yeah.
Yes, it literally that, like a 6-year-old would draw. The one man's hair is short, and it's either red or brown or black. The woman's hair is curly, and it's either red or blonde or dirty brown. Or dirty blonde, so brown.
Ah, what a wonderful clue. See that? She has curly hair and he has short hair. We can find this. We can do it.
They did 15 years ago. So
I'm sure they haven't changed their hairstyle in 15 years. Well, he probably hasn't changed his hairstyle in 15 years, if he's anything like most men I know. Lord knows I had the same haircut from the time I was 10 until I started shaving my head.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, my hairstyle is just long and then not.
My grandmother was a beautician, and growing up this is before age of 10. I didn't know that they dyed their hair until I got into high school, and one day I was like, what? Because some days my grandfather would be like all gray, and other times it'd be dark black. My grandmother would go from like blonde to red to black. But
Good
because
days
I
and bad
saw that
days.
all the time growing up, it never occurred to me. And then suddenly in high school one day I was like, oh my God, they dye their hair.
my favorite one of that was Holly's story with Joy and the wigs. You're on mute, dear.
We are not telling that story.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
All right. So let's go with Oddvar's plan.
Which
and head back
was
to
the mill?
mill.
Yep.
Okay. Do. You see the foreman is currently working outside, and most of the other employees seem to already be in full bloom and work as well, unbothered by what the hell's happening in the town, because they're here to fucking work and they're gonna work. They're lumberjacks. The foreman looks over at you, rolling his eyes. What do you need at next time? I'm very busy.
Yes, we are. We talked to the guards back to the sheriff's office. We need to look around here. It appears something or someone is missing. We'll stay out of your way.
Oh.
We'll be brief.
More than the man you all attacked and threw spells at yesterday?
Well, if the sheriff is important to you, then yes, we need to be here.
Kender, why are you snooping around?
Oh, that was actually supposed to be at advantage.
Oh,
But,
never mind then. He'll just keep looking at Ebenezer.
because I got my stealthy boots.
These boots are made for stealthing, and that's just what they'll do.
Nice.
So yes, you end up. He'll roll his eyes. Go ahead, look around. I'm already short-staffed, so don't get in anybody's way. I should have just been a fisherman.
Did that employee that we had the altercation with, did he leave any personal belongings behind?
I don't know. That was all handled by Garen.
Great. Where's Garen?
I don't know.
I'm getting the names confused, but wasn't Garen Thalen?
Garen Thatchvale.
No.
He was the older guy who, like, everybody knew.
Older guy. And then I gotta find the younger guy's name. Hold on.
Who was him?
Rilsa. Rilsa was the younger guy's name.
Okay.
Yes. He's been missing since yesterday's altercation with all of you and our other employee. Is he going to be coming back, or is he, like, dead, executed, or something? I need to know if I need to put out more feelers for more lumberjacks.
I have a feeling you're going to need to fill both positions.
God damn it. Very well.
But I'll leave it wherever Odie's doing.
I was just going sneaking over to the crew quarters, although I don't see there's another building for that.
It's not physically on the map. It's just there. You head over to the crew's quarters, slipping inside, where you see there's currently 5 people sleeping. None of them look familiar to you whatsoever. All of the other cots and beds are empty. Odie pulls out his boat, starts rowing.
Yeah. I take the boat to the crew quarters.
Yep.
On principle.
I mean, when you have a boat.
So I know that the old guy was here. Is there a cot or an area that looks like it wasn't used last night?
Survival.
Because I figured, because the guy we took didn't get to really do much in his area, so I think it might look less fucked with.
Better than I ever did. 16. Yeah, one of the cots looks like it hasn't been used, but the footlocker's just sitting wide open, and there's some items that are like just drifting out of it, like someone hastily grabbed things and ran. And the cot right next to it, the footlocker seems to have the lock broken off.
Were any items left behind in their haste?
Yeah, perception check.
All right. Damn.
Some lumberjack.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna use my my Ebenezer's inspiration to re-roll that. Well,
21. So, the lumberjack tools were left behind from the one that looks like it was hastily opened and left here. Some of the additional lumberjack like shirts and pants are also left behind. There's a hidden compartment in the bottom of it that's like still open, and whatever was in there is currently missing. You look at the other one, and everything was left behind except for something in that one's hidden compartment as well. There's like some small twine rope, for tying the trees and pulling it in a specific direction when it's about to fall. There's some hand saws, which are literally just chains that they run back and forth on limbs to try to saw them off.
Okay. So just lumberjack stuff in the second one?
Mm-hmm.
No, like, personal journal or...
In the one that was broken open, everything that is left in there is like everything that was in there, except for whatever was in the hidden compartment in the bottom that's just left there open.
Yeah. I just wasn't sure if there was like a personal something that wasn't like specifically relevant to the ritual, so the guy would have left it, but it might give us clues. Okay.
Yeah. So while you're snooping through there, one of the guys in the bed rolls over and looks over at you. Garen kind of just fucking left in a hurry, so if you need any of that shit, just take it.
All right, I'll get to work. They're quick.
You just take... You can put lumberjack supplies into your character sheet. Or wood carvers, I guess. Whatever. It was weird. He seemed really out of it during that whole conflict that was happening with the new guy. Very weird. Started yelling something in some foreign language, too. I didn't recognize it. I thought the guy was just a fucking human, you know? Like, normal guy like us. Oh, not you. You're a Kender.
Yeah, you never can tell. Like, who was he yelling to, or just...
Oh, he was just, like, idly bitching. He said, Zastelatofon. Or some shit like that. You can roll me an insight check and tell me what languages you speak.
I've got Druidic, Common, Dwarvish, and Kender.
None of those languages, but you can insight check.
Oh. Alright, so I don't know what he said.
Alright, well, Fran just AFK'd. But it looks like... it sounds like Goblin. Oh, you're back, Fran?
No, I'm just walking around. I was just getting restless, so I'm
I
here.
gotcha. Okay, cool.
So what's up? Can I read something?
No, Odie just heard a phrase that is Goblin. He doesn't speak it, but he knows you do.
Oh. Odie, what was that? What did you say?
I don't know what he said. Gas.
Do a performance check for me, Odie.
Sorry.
Razzle-dazzle.
I should have listened the first time.
Well, it's not like you speak Goblin. You wouldn't have understood it. You as a person wouldn't have understood it either.
I know. Yeah.
So 16. Ooh, Fran, you can roll me an insight. DC 10.
Okay.
Because he's saying it fairly properly.
Insight.
He's saying it like a
Insight.
typical white person speaks Spanish. Bueno dias.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh.
Do I have anything that can save me?
Did you already use the reroll? I think you did.
I did use the reroll. Do I have one of those goose things left?
I don't
or
know.
no?
That's you keep track of that stuff. I don't.
I don't think I do.
You got a
No,
couple of them.
I do. I think I've only used one. I've only used one goose.
All right, well, start keeping track of them on your sheet somewhere.
Okay. How many did I start out with?
I don't know.
You had
going-
to.
Oh, I had two. Okay, so I'm gonna honk for goose, and insight again.
Come
Okay, that's better.
on, 12. Okay. What he says translates to.
Oh, and thank you,
Mama's
goose.
so fat.
The blasted reds, I need to awaken her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and everybody's here, right?
Sure.
Okay. So he said the blasted reds. I need to awaken her. Nisian, does that mean anything to you, or does that mean anything to anybody?
Yeah, presumably he was talking about Lyra.
Maybe we should see if we can pick up his trail from here. It'll probably go back into town, but still, maybe we can see.
Now, the two small people. I need both of you to roll me wisdom checks. If you have cobbler's proficiency, you get to roll that instead with wisdom.
Oh, I have leather workers.
I'll allow leather workers.
Will you?
Yeah.
So then, do I click on leather workers then instead
Leather
of
workers
wisdom?
with wisdom. Yep.
Leather workers with wisdom.
Odie, you as well, because you're a shoe guy.
I don't have any
God damn
other
it.
workers.
Okay.
What the hell?
Fran, you did not take note of him at all. You
I
just didn't
did not.
pay attention to him. Odie, however, his boots were this much more modern looking boots, which kind of stood out to you, right? Like, he's an older guy. Why is he wearing modern boots? But his modern boots were these brand new inventions called steel toes. You think they're meant to kick people really hard and hurt them even more.
Mm.
So, you know, at least, like, you're looking for a boot print where the toes are heavier than other toes.
Okay. Yeah, the weight distribution on his boots are going to be on the toes. If that helps you track him, Fran.
All right, so right now, in my personal notes, I'm putting canonically that Odie is a foot guy. I mean, shoe guy.
I am a shoe guy. I took that guy's shoes and I'm like, man, these shoes are nice.
What other nice shoes?
Who else has
exist?
nice shoes?
Yeah. You're always
Maybe I could take
comparing
their
your
shoes.
shoes to other shoes.
Yeah, I'm like, dude,
Didn't
it
you
makes my
add the-
shoes better.
At the orphanage, didn't you look at shoes too or something? Like I feel like shoes have come up with a lot.
I had a guy make me a pair of shoes, and then we took these shoes off Jasper.
I'm just forcing him to be a shoe guy.
I
that's
still
all.
have those extra shoes in my. I'm gonna use them sometime.
I specifically learned leatherworkers so that way I could make shoes for the matron of the orphanage to try to hit on her.
Aw.
Nice.
Yeah.
God, it's like hitting on a nun. What is wrong with you?
Really? Do you have to ask?
Yeah, I know. So, just Barney that shit. Challenge accepted. Love that you're doing it with a character with the worst charisma score ever.
Fucking goblin.
Yes. So, that is what you discern, and well, survival check for whomever is proficient in survival to try to track after those boots.
All right, Fran. I think you are the best tracker in the group.
All right.
Survival. Yum.
Fuck.
Damn. He doesn't seem to have left any tracks behind. I mean, you're dealing with mages, supposedly. Like, he probably teleported or something.
Can I like drink a cup of coffee and try again?
You can
No, I
spend
know.
additional time searching. You can allocate, like, an entire hour to try to look for something, but that's,
Can I? Do we have an hour?
that's up to y'all.
What do you guys feel about that? Unless somebody else wants to try to search.
But we
Everybody's...
pretty much have to take the hour, I think, because
Yeah, we can.
without that, we don't know where else to go.
Okay.
Now,
I'm sorry I'm rolling like shit.
That,
No,
it's
you're
not your
fine.
fault.
and granted, it might lead us back to town anyway, but still, it's good to check. And
All
if
right.
we don't find it, it's a good part of the story too.
That's my favorite part of the story. Anyways, go ahead and roll me one more survival check.
Can anybody help me?
If anyone has proficiency.
I can give you guidance, but I'm not proficient in survival.
I don't. Let me just double check. I think that's a different day.
Guidance is helpful.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so Odie's helping me.
Yep. Tim, do you have survival at all? I don't think you do.
Well,
I
I'm
think it's just
giving you
Fran.
guidance.
Okay, well,
So it's
guidance.
plus
is-
a D4.
That's fine.
Helping would be
Alright.
getting advantage.
Well, it's okay. I'm still okay. I'm gonna roll.
Got this.
Okay,
Woo!
it's a little bit better.
And then add your D4.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Advar.
Break
Yeah.
the 20. Break the 20.
21.
21. So,
Thank you, Odie.
taking the time to drink a cup of coffee, finally wake up, because you just, like, hit the ground running this morning after you heard people, well, chirp, making a kerfuffle in the main room.
Damn it, Chirp.
Now that you have your coffee in you, I mean, he was legitimately worried. Good, right? The woman's never been late. She's never missed a day of work. He took note of that.
He knows too much about her.
He does, but yes, yeah. He is tragically in love with her, and it is creepy. But at least he's not a peeping Tom,
That's
as far as
true.
you could discern on a 19. But anyways,
Good liar.
you recalibrate yourself, Fran, and you find some boot markings that match the steel toes. Mostly heading over to this location to the location with the sleeping quarters, and then leaving very quickly. He seems to have walked a path through the woods, choosing to be as far away from where the conflict was happening altogether. You take note that he had stopped over by one tree temporarily and cleared out a portion right next to it. There's some like weird burn marks on the soil and grass there that you don't recognize. That would be something Arcana.
Okay, so we need to head to the woods because there's burn marks on a tree.
Yeah, you found burn marks on the tree. There's more
Okay.
places further on, just you can't discern anything about that because you need somebody with Arcana to discern that.
All right, you guys. I think we need to head to the wood. Or did we already do this? Did
Yeah,
we
you
do
are
this?
there right now.
All right, so we're there right now. Okay. So, all right, everybody, do your thing. I don't have Arcana.
I have Arcana. Let me look.
All right, roll
Get
that
out of the
Arcana.
way, Fran.
Okay, you do your thing.
23. All right, so you're the other side of the dice this week.
Except for that stupid intimidation check.
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
great.
he's just.
I loved it.
People yell at him all the time for being in love with her. God, it's so hard to do that. Anyways, 23 Nesian. You kneel down and start looking at it. You touch your fingers against it and sniff. It smells like what do you call that? Gemstone dust and incense, which is the necessary components to cast the Find Familiar spell. So apparently, he has something to help him. When you look around, it does not appear like the familiar landed on the ground anywhere. However, when you look up at one of the tree branches, you can see talon marks on it. Now, you have only seen hawks around here, and hawks are far bigger than whatever left those talon marks. So whatever he summoned is some type of bird with talons to keep watch over him. Like, big, notable, strong talons.
So he summoned some sort of familiar, a bird like you, Odie, to help him on his way.
Could even be Simon.
Good move.
It'd be Simon.
Fran, you can continue after the tracks, moving through the woods until you get over towards the town itself. It would appear like he slipped in through the outer wall into the town instead of taking any of the gates, completely staying as far away from where you all were traveling to get over to the sheriff's office, going around the long way to avoid that entire area that you guys were at. Whom here is proficient in insight? You can roll that.
I don't believe anyone in this group is proficient in insight.
Oh,
Wonderful. So,
yes, he is.
Oh, nice.
nice. He probably used the familiar to keep tabs on all of you and specifically avoided you. The way he was
bastard.
moving, your best guess is he would do something like that in the moment. It seems like he made his way over to the tavern, and he did not go through the front door. He went through one of the side entrances. In there, there's no tracking after him. However, you do notice that those markers markings going inside also led outside yet again. So he made it to the tavern, moved inside, did something in there, and he left. He also gathered a second pair of footsteps following after him. You recognize the shoes patterns because those are the waitress's shoes that you just saw up in her room. They had wandered over back towards her family estate, and he seems to have stood underneath the trellis outside her room for like an hour before leaving. But he head over to the stables, where you see 2 of the 3 horses that the mayor would have owned are missing. And from that point, you'll be able to track after them fairly well, but you're not going to be moving as fast as them. They're moving on horseback, and they're heading a little bit north out of town and then to the east. Which you guys all know presumably where he's heading.
Good job, Fran. Well, I think we all know where he's headed, so let's prepare for a journey, shall we?
We're gonna need horses
Certainly, but yeah.
if we're gonna keep up,
Hmm.
because
Good
we've
call.
been going by foot this whole time.
Yes, that's a great idea, Nesian. Perhaps there's some that we can rent or purchase or hesitant on saying borrow.
Borrowing's cheaper.
I'm pretty sure he actually means to borrow, as in return the horse.
Oh, sure, yeah, I'll return it as soon as I come back through Leggett someday. If I
Of course
still
we're
have
gonna
it, I'd be happy to return it.
Of course we'll be back. We're going to bring Lyra back as well.
Good point.
Yeah, we are.
I'm sure nothing bad is going to happen to her.
Nothing.
It's that knife, man. People just love running into it.
It's just amazing. Hey, I left the other guy alive.
I'm
I
pretty
was-
sure that the architect's going to sacrifice her at the tower.
Probably. All right. What do you... So, Lord Ebenezer, do you want to try and purchase horses? Or do you want me to go acquire horses?
I think we can purchase some. We just need 3 horses? 4? 3?
2
Do we
horses,
want-
2 ponies?
We could do 2 horses, 2 ponies.
I just ride on the horse on the back of one of you guys' horse. I mean, 2 horses should be good.
I'm assuming Fran is just going to ride on Millie, isn't she?
Oh, Millie has a 40 movement speed, right? Riding horses have
60.
Riding horses have 60. War horses have 60. Draft horses have 50.
Well, we can't go
Although-
faster than Fran or
Millie.
than Millie.
You're right. Millie
So-
can't get on a... Yeah, so we could just 2, 3 horses. 2, 3. Yeah, I'll go purchase.
Yeah, or Oddvar can ride with the Lord Ebenezer.
I'll go purchase 3 horses.
I'm not letting Oddvar ride with me.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want to. I already have enough stuff missing. I don't need more.
Yeah.
All right. Roll me a
The
persuasion
audacity.
roll, Ebenezer.
Persuasion.
Mhm.
There we go.
Can I give him advantage?
Sure, yeah. This is asking people around, hey, do any of you have any riding horses? Or,
Yeah.
Can I buy a riding horse?
Is there any, like, syndicate, like, feelers out here?
Not all the way out here.
13.
Affiliated groups?
Yeah, Nightblades. We already ran into that.
Not affiliated though. You know, these are like the equivalent of like the brother union. Like you're not in the same union, but your unions get along. You're like, if you're ever in this town, go look up this guy. He might help you out.
Pre-war, absolutely. Ebenezer, there's only one riding horse left in this town, and that is the mayor's last horse that he has. The other two were taken. Aside from that, there are draft horses that some people are willing to sell to you, but you have to pay a increased price because they use them for beasts of burden.
Yes, of course. Mayor, I appreciate. I'll pay you for the horse and make sure I return it with the lira.
Please do.
I mean, we're
Um,
gonna find your daughter. I mean, surely you could load us the horse. Well,
Yes, yeah. And let me. I'll give you. How much are riding horses?
that's my attempt at negotiation is to get him to give his horse for free, so
I know.
Ebenezer can pay full price for the other ones.
Well, we'll see what happens.
75 gold is what they typically go for.
75. I will be bringing it back. Did you want the full 75, or how do you want to do this?
Just give me 3 platinum, and you can have a couple of my draft horses as well. 3 platinum each for them as well.
Oh, there we go. Here's 3 platinum. Nesian, Oddvar, make sure you pay your 3 platinum, and I'll go get my new horse ready. And I'm going to take the nice horse.
Does Ebenezer know what a nice horse looks like?
It's not a draft horse. Yes, actually, he does.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah.
Nezian does it, so
Yeah, it's that one in there that gets all the nice amenities, not the one pulling the wagon.
Nezian assumes the bigger, stronger horse is the better horse anyways.
Yeah,
they
it's
give you the one-
bigger, it's stronger.
I'll give you the bigger, stronger one with the suede back and the.
Yeah.
So Fran and Millie can ride one horse.
What?
Millie's only medium still. She hasn't fully grown.
I know, but Fran's small,
Yeah.
and Millie has a saddle.
Oh.
I thought the intention was for Fran.
I mean, you guys are going to have to move slower to move at Millie's pace. Millie
No,
is
I just-
slower than draft horses.
Oh, I guess I didn't assume that Millie could ride on a horse.
I
He
mean,
walks on
yeah.
2 legs sometimes.
Yeah.
That is canon.
Yeah.
All right, then I guess Millie and Fran on one horse. I guess I'll let Oddvar ride with me, though I'm going to be very distracted by checking pockets every 5 minutes.
Well, you don't trust me to sit behind you with my hands around your waist?
No, definitely not.
You don't have to check your pockets. He's checking for you.
I'll tell you what's in there.
I'm going to buy a blanket and wrap it around myself,
Ooh, sticky gum. Just
cover all my pockets.
You could just papoose Oddvar and strap him to your back.
Swaddle.
get a baby Bjorn and just put him on you.
Yeah. Just let him ride up front, completely wrapped up like a newborn.
Yeah, just papoose him.
There you go. Yeah, facing front. Exactly.
Yeah. All right, that's the plan.
And that way he can see if there's anything that attacks. And stuff.
I can't do anything about it because I can't move my hand.
But your boots are out at least.
All right, I'll remove 3 platinum from my character sheet. You guys
Everyone
make
else
sure.
remove 3 as well.
I did.
That worked out well. I was actually going to get the horse for me and then go back to you guys and say, well, now you need to go find the horse.
And of course, now that you're there with him, Chirp, sir, here, and he'll hand over 20 gold and 100 silver. I'll be taking the other draft horse, sir.
Whoa.
Chirp is
whoa.
coming with us.
No.
I'm not
I
going
did not.
to leave her fate in the hands of people I'm not with. If I can help you at all, I'm going to. I'm not much away of a fighter, but I can cook, I can clean, I can keep watch, I can serenade you to sleep.
I don't know. More the merrier, I guess.
Unless you don't want me to be here and regaling you all with stories every morning.
He can certainly help us. And can I recon one? No, never mind. I'm going to leave it the same. I forgot about my inspiration. I should have used it, but I'm not going to. I'll save it. It would be very handy to have him with us.
That's up to you
What
guys.
is?
I'm afraid he's gonna die.
Possibly.
Oh, well, in that case,
Not our
Nezian's
problem.
all in.
As a player, I don't care one way or the other, but Ebenezer likes him.
So you take him with you, and he keeps doing recaps until you get another new bard, or you abandon him and you guys start doing recaps.
We'll take him.
Fine,
Oh, we'll
we'll
keep
take
him.
Otherwise, Nezian won't get the bit of I hate the bard that magically knows everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now Fran gave a positive to it. There's a good chance he'll die along the way.
There is a chance he'll die along the way. Yes,
Good
He's
chance.
probably gonna die.
there is a chance.
Good chance.
Nezian says as he sharpens his gun.
As I'm sitting there with a rope trying to tie knives onto my hand, keeping them flat.
Like cat swatting.
Yeah.
Anyways, taking onto your valiant steed, Ebenezer, and draft horses, everyone else, you end up leaving through the northern gates and tracking after Lyra in the hopes of potentially stopping something more nefarious from coming to fruition. And I think this is where we call the session this week, everybody. GG's! Woo! You did it! Congrats!
Noise.
All right, players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.